Kitakubu.
Hey everyone, KitaSean here, so welcome back to another Fate Grand Order video. So in this video, we're going to talk about Mysterious Heroine XX Alter. She is the brand new 4-star foreigner in this swimsuit event. I really like her first ascension. This is actually my favorite ascension in a very long time. Of course, we have the non-mask and the armor, and then we have the traditional swimsuit for the summer event, but definitely this is my favorite here. So we're going to go ahead and look at her skills, her stats, and everything like that, and I'll give you guys my opinion of her when we get to the end of the video. But looking at her attack and HP, decent. It's not too bad at all. She is a foreigner, so that is something to keep in mind here. Now, star absorption 145, star generation 14.8, MP charge on attack 0.65, and she is a chaotic evil alignment. And as you can see, her deck here, one quick, one arch, 3 busters, already letting you know she is a buster type servant. The hits on all the card types are 4 and the extra is 5. So she does have a pretty decent MP charge on attack, but you know, only 1 card each there. So yeah, again, she's focused on buster, and a lot of her skills focus on the buster. And yeah, she's basically a servant that you want to bring towards, again, those who are weak against foreigner, berserker, alter ego, and then I believe Draco, narrow Draco is one of them as well. So looking at her skills, I do have a problem with her skills here, not the skill themselves, but the cooldown. As you can see, the cooldown time is very large, 7, 6, 7. So yeah, that's a lot of turns you need in order to reactivate these skills. Of course, you can bring in like Coin Sky to, you know, decrease it, but still 7 is so much. She is a single type buster servant, and of course during those boss fights you really want these skills to be as low as possible when it comes to cooldown, because you want to reuse them as soon as possible. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem to see those very high. I think that's actually the #1 problem with her right now. Even if they buff a skill, that other skill is still going to be pretty high when it comes to cooldown time. So yeah, this is a bit of a problem in my opinion. But anyway, let's go ahead and check out her skills. So first skill grants self invincibility 2 times 3 turns. So she does have a protection skill, which is nice. Increase own attack for 3 turns, 10 to 20%. Swimsuit servants get gypped for some reason when they first release, but later on when they get a buff, it does increase. So I think this is the case for this skill. I think they're planning to buff this later on. Star gen is 5 to 15, and then I'm sorry, the gain critical stars is for 3 turns, 5 to 15, and then the gain critical stars 5 to 15. Again, cooldown is 7, which is very long. So obviously you want to pair up this first skill with the second skill here, because it increases own buster performance for 3 turns, 20 to 30. Increase own star absorption of buster cards for 3 turns, 300 to 500%. So obviously activate this and bring all those crits to the buster cards, and then increase own critical damage for 3 turns. So she's going to be doing quite a bit of damage with her buster cards. Third skill reduces all enemies MP gauge by 1, charges their own MP gauge by 10% based on the number of enemies. So if there are 3 enemies on the field, she'll be able to charge her MP by 10%, which is nice. If there are 6 enemies on the field, obviously I think you'll get 60%, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't tested her out or anything yet, so I can't really say too much on that, but if this is what I'm understanding correctly, then yeah, you should be able to get that percentage. And then charges own MP 10 to 20%. So again, if there are 6 enemies on the field, she should be able to get 80%, which is pretty cool, pretty good. And then increase own MP generation rate for 3 turns. So yeah, she has ways to gain MP, but again, this is, you know, her deck, so you got to remember that. Passive skills, gain 2 critical stars every turn, increase own debuff resistance 4%, increase own buster performance by 6%, which is always nice because again, she has a bunch of buster cards. Increase own debuff resistance 17.5, increase own debuff resistance 21%. So looking at her MP here, so again, it is a single target MP. What it does, increase own damage against lawful alignment enemies by 30% for 1 turn. This activates beforehand. Increase own damage against good alignment enemies by 30% for 1 turn. This also activates at first. Deals 200% extra damage against ruler class servant enemies, and charges own MP gauge by 20% with the overcharge effect. Increase own MP damage for 1 turn activates first. So obviously you want to get multiple copies of her so that you can get maximum damage, but I mean her MP only is good against rulers and lawful and good alignment characters, and like if you want to get maximum damage, I mean, there's only a handful of servants that have, you know, the good lawful alignments. So like, here are your rulers, right? So she's obviously going to do more damage against these guys right here. But when it comes to like the lineup of like lawful, you're pretty, I mean, I guess there's still, I guess most of them are in here. I mean, Amaxa's there, Janu's there, you know, they're there right there. So yeah, I mean, I guess in a way she will be able to actually do quite amount of damage to a pretty good lineup of servants, but I mean, still, it's not every single ruler. So yeah, and then not only that, like, as you can see, the enemies that she has to go up against, they don't really come out as often. But again, when it comes to boss fights, this is where you want to take her. You want to take her to one of these enemies here. But again, that skill cooldown time is just harsh. 7 turns, 6 turns, 7 turns. Like, again, I do feel like if they're gonna buff a skill, it's gonna be this first skill. I can definitely see them buffing this. I don't see them buffing this skill. I think this skill is fine where it is so far, but this first skill is definitely a skill they might want to look at and buff. I mean, I think this would be able to go to 30%, bring this down to 6. I think maybe add on something else as well. That would be cool. But I think what they can also do is maybe fixes MP. Like, I mean, there's so much going on here. Again, it's very limited on where she can do damage. So yeah, like, she's definitely going to be, again, strong against those lawful good rulers. But again, like, when is that opportunity gonna come out? Like, she's gonna be very limited on where you're gonna take her. Yeah, she's a foreigner. Yeah, you can take her wherever where she's strong against, but again, like, she's gonna show her true potential against those enemy types, and that's, again, it's not a problem, but like, it's just very rare to have those enemies appear, right? So yeah, you're not gonna see a lot of game time play time with her. I mean, unless you really like her and you take her wherever you want, then yeah, that's a whole different story. But like, if you guys like efficiency, then yeah, you're gonna see a very low percentage of her being played, basically. But yeah, that's basically going to be about it. That's how I think about Mysterious Heroine XX Alter. Yeah, personally, I think she's going to be a servant that's not going to be used as often, which sucks because, again, she's very limited on where she can go. And not only that, she's a foreigner. So if she was a different type of servant, that, you know, that's completely different, but a different type of class, I feel like that would be different. But I mean, she's, again, restricted on where you can take her. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about Mysterious Heroine XX Alter, and I will see you guys in the next one. Laters.